Brian Pate here. This video is on the tilts in the backswing. If I got set up to a golf ball here, we don't want to see in the backswing that our hips are turning level and our shoulders are turning level. If I'm doing that, that's trying to keep a flex in the right knee and turn over the right foot. You can see how flat this is turning towards the ground and how flat my shoulders are. If that's happening in the golf swing, I'm going to turn flat. There's going to be a lift of the arms to try and get the club up behind me. Also, if I don't let the right leg straighten and turn the hips, I'm not going to be able to turn my body much, and I'm going to feel like I have to pull my hands back behind me. So what we're looking for in the golf swing, if I'm set up to this golf ball, as we're taking it on the way back, this right leg is going to go ahead and lose some of its flex. We're not going to lock it all the way out, but we're going to let it lose some flex as our hip's turning. And as you can see here, now my right hip is getting taller than my left hip. Also, my right leg has gone from a little bit of flex to a little bit more flex, and it's moved in towards the golf ball. As my lower body is now tilting in the backswing, that's going to allow me to tilt my shoulders more. So I got the yellow alignment rod there. As you can see, the black rod's pointing outside of it somewhere, but I'm feeling that my shoulder alignment rod is tilting down to point at that stick. It's not going to point all the way at the golf ball, but we don't want it to be pointing flat. So again, if we get set up, my hips are probably tilted slightly upwards a few degrees. As we rotate into the backswing, depending on the club, let's say a 7-iron, we're roughly going to see around 10 to 12 degrees of tilt in the hips. Now the shoulders at setup, we're going to start with a little bit of side bend on the right, which is going to get my right shoulder lower. In the backswing, it's going to feel like my shoulders get somewhere around a 45-degree angle, or somewhere in there for a 7-iron. The lower the club, like a wedge, the more tilt down we're going to have. The longer the club, like a driver, the less tilt we're going to have, but we're still going to have a tilt in our hips and a tilt in our shoulders. So again, if you're seeing yourself in the swing turning too level, shoulders too flat, take a look at this right leg. We're going to let that right leg go ahead and push back behind us to turn our hips. That's going to get my right hip higher than the left hip. Now it's going to be easier to turn my shoulders more on a tilted angle. In doing so, if I'm turning and tilting more, it's going to go ahead and bring my hands inside. I don't have to feel like I have to pull my hands inside. So use this video as you're looking at your swings or have questions on the tilts of the hips and the chest.